think that's it. You can hear me fine? But now I can't hear you. Oh, not hello?
Yeah, can you hear me?
I can hear you. I can hear you.
Oh, very good.
Perfect. Nice to finally meet you in person.
Nice to meet you, bro.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. First off, I want to start by thanking you because I have been doing my political channel for a while and it was getting, a bit of traction, nothing crazy. And then I did the AndrewYang Converts Republican video, and I had no idea who you were. And it blew, it exploded. And people in my comment section were like, that's my boy Russell. That's Russell. You ever checked out Russell? And I was like, well, oh, wait, what? And so I went to your channel and I was like, oh, wow, this guy's about it. This guy's good. So I just want to thank you because you set my channel off in the right direction for sure.
Oh, well, I'm glad that we could have an impact, man. That's awesome, dude. That's great to
hear. Yeah. That video within 2 days hit 10,000 views, which was for my channel was huge. I wasn't getting those kind of numbers. And so I was like, wow, this is amazing. This guy gets a lot of support. And then I went to your channel, I subscribed, and I followed you. And I was like, he's about his shit. You're really pushing AndrewYang. You're really backing this guy.
So now let me ask you something. What would make a lifelong conservative, a Trump supporter, what would make somebody like that do a complete, just about face and risk everything to create a YouTube channel solely for the purpose of getting Yang elected? There must be something there.
Right. This is what I was wondering myself. Like you said, lifelong conservative. You voted for Trump, and then now you're a Yangocrat. There must have been something significant that happened to make you jump ship. What was that?
It was, when I watched AndrewYang on the Joe Rogan podcast, he was talking about things, he started unpacking all of this stuff, and it's almost like a light bulb goes off, and you're like, holy crap, man, you're so right, dude. When I walk into Walmart, it's just like self-checkouts everywhere.
Yeah.
Now that's all those people without a job. And people talk about how there's jobs that technology is creating. Well, that's true. And, for like my son's generation, that's going to be awesome. They're going to be able to transition into that much more easily than, like my generation, our generation, and the older generation stuff. And even then, a lot of our children's generation is going to have a hard time because it's going to displace so many at one time.
Yes.
And the ratio of jobs to displaced people is just going to be incredible. But it was something above and beyond that. It was like the ideals that this guy embodies. That's what we love so much about AndrewYang. It's these concepts. This concept of, what, we can all be a little bit better. Why are we fighting so damn much?
Right. Right.
It's crazy to me.
Yeah.
I don't want to see division, and to be honest, most people in this country don't want to see division. We all just want to get along.
I agree.
Because the fact of the matter is, we're all in this shit together.
Yeah.
Most of us out here, we are the broke folk vote. And I like that you used the term Yangocrat.
Yes.
Because that's exactly what I'm not coming. I am not here for anybody other than AndrewYang. And maybe, I kind of would like to see a Yang Tulsi ticket.
Right.
That's just my personal preference.
Yep.
I think that would be the dream team, man. And I think that would revolutionize this country.
I agree. I was for Bernie Sanders in 2016, and I supported Bernie Sanders way up to this point. I thought there's no other candidate that's going to get my attention. It really was because of the Medicare for All, because I had to go through the medical system, and it was absolute trash. And I said, all right, Bernie Sanders is who I'm riding for. And that was the main reason why. And I said, there's nobody else that's going to be on my radar. And then AndrewYang came along. and he changed that immensely. And so did Tulsi Gabbard. I feel like they're both authentic people. Tulsi Gabbard gets smeared. They try to ignore Andrew Yang, and that did remind me of a lot of Bernie in 2016. They were trying to ignore him, but he had such an impact. And Tulsi Gabbard and Andrew Yang have a huge impact. And so now that those two candidates especially made me question my support for Sanders, I'm like, UBI is just a better option than federal jobs guarantee, in my opinion, personally. So I said, you know what, maybe talking to Russell will make me completely jump ship, because right now they're here and here. They're neck and neck, Bernie Sanders and Andrew Yang. For me personally, but maybe you could convince me to jump to Yang fully.
Yeah, I'm telling you what, you know what, you said something right there. And I don't know who's going to end up watching this, but y'all can keep trying to ignore Andrew Yang all you want to, but the Yang Gang is out here, and we're coming, and we are not, you ain't going to shut us up. You ain't going to stop us. We are way too creative. We will outthink you on every, we're playing chess on a whole nother level, y'all.
You're playing chess, they're playing checkers.
That's exactly right. That's the expression I was looking for. They're playing chess, exactly.
Yeah.
I'm telling you what, it was a perfect example of that the other night when Elizabeth Warren was on the stage and she started chirping at Andrew Yang, and Andrew Yang, I'm telling you, on his face, bro.
He shut that down. He shut her down so quick.
He shut it down.
He was looking at her like, you tried it. He was not having that. He was not having that. And I think it might have even been, correct me if I'm wrong, it might have been Pete Buttigieg who said something along the lines of, look, I'm not even opposed to, you know, trying something like a UBI out to see how, test the waters of how that works. So even other people on stage I know aren't fully opposed to universal basic income.
Well, that, and yeah, that was I believe that was Julian Castro.
Julian Castro, okay.
Yep. Yeah, and I'm telling you what, look, if you are the average American who Andrew Yang talks about, struggling paycheck to paycheck, wondering how you go, you know, with what you only have so much expendable money. Mm-hmm. So what is that going to be spent on? Is that going to be spent on an oil change this month? If I can afford it, right. You know, I may not even be able to afford it this month.
Right. Yeah.
You know, I may have to put it off for a couple months. And oh my gosh, somebody's birthday's coming up. I can't even afford to get my, you know, my family a present. Are you kidding me? These are the kind of decisions that we're having to be forced into making.
Yeah.
We shouldn't be living like that in America, y'all.
Yeah. Yeah.
We can tax these companies that are paying zero in taxes and give everybody a small slice. And it makes no sense to me as a human being to vote for anybody other than Andrew Yang, just as a human being, because that $1,000 a month would mean so much to so many people.
Yeah.
That I cannot, in good conscience, vote for anybody other than Andrew Yang. I will write his ass in on the ballot if I have to. I promise you that.
That's why when I did that video and I was watching you, I didn't view you as a former Republican. I viewed you as a human being. I'm like, yo, this dude sounds like me. Having to think, all right, am I going to be able to do an oil change this day? Am I going to be able to shape up the beard this day? What am I going to be able to do? Like literally having to microscopically salvage every freaking dollar and penny to make sure I can get through the week, the month. So I was like, yo, this dude sounds exactly like me right now. And half of America makes $30,000 or less, right? People are living paycheck to paycheck. So for us to be grinding and working every day for most of our lives till we're 60-something years old, and that's going farther and farther away, and then to just retire for a couple of years and die, that doesn't sound appealing. Give the people something back. And that's what I love about UBI. And it's going to open so many opportunities for so many people. Absolutely.
Yeah, it's incredible because, you know, it's like my wife and I, you know, like we were both servers at the Olive Garden. We were making $2.13 an hour, you know, before we started this YouTube channel. And, you know, there's not a whole lot of help there for us. You know, we're making $2.13 an hour. We're plus tips. You know, if we have a shitty night or something, man, it's like, okay, well, rent's about to be due, cell phone's about to be due. What are we gonna pay? You know, it's just constant decision making. And when you're worried about making it from point A to point B, right?
Mm-hmm.
You don't have time to worry about the man who's sitting on the side of the road holding up a sign talking about how he's homeless.
Right.
You know, because the fact of the matter is, most of us are only about 2 steps away from homelessness ourselves.
You're 100%
know,
correct.
The car breaks down and we can't get back and forth to work or whatever.
Yep.
You know, so these are very real issues. And you're talking about how 50% make $30,000 or less.
Or less. Half of America.
Y'all, we are the broke folk.
Yeah.
And we got to get the broke folk vote out to vote for Andrew Yang, because that money, if I see this in Andrew Yang, and this is what sets Andrew Yang apart. I would vote for Andrew Yang for no other reason than the freedom dividend. But I would vote for Andrew Yang for no other reason than democracy dollars.
Right.
I would vote for Andrew Yang for no other reason than he wants to let all low-level drug offenders, you know, that have been busted for stupid marijuana possession, he wants to let them all go on 420 and legalize weed nationwide.
As it should be.
Because it's stupid that it's still being prohibited.
Yeah.
Each one of his policies, man, I'm telling you, each one of them are great policies in and of themselves. And then when you put them all together, man, you see a vision of like what this country could be. And that's all of us. That's no matter whether you're on the Trump side. That's no matter whether you're on the Bernie side. That's no matter whether you're on the Warren side. It doesn't matter what side you're on. We got yang gang love for everybody.
Absolutely. And I think they're going to have to take him much more serious than they have been, because he's changed the topic at hand. Everybody's talking about UBI. At one point a couple months ago, it had a 30% approval rating. Now people are for it. And nobody knew who he was 7 minutes ago. And now he's the talk of the town, essentially. Look how close he was to Joe Biden's dollars for the third quarter. Joe Biden's was the VP. You were Obama's right hand. And Andrew Yang was on your ass. So close. And he was about to pass. He was this close to passing Kamala Harris. And I'm calling it now. He will surpass Kamala Harris. I said that in my last video. He will pass her. He's going to leave her in the dust. Guaranteed from this debate, she will fall. He will rise. And he's going to be in the top 3. He's going to be in the top 3. 100%.
Yeah, I don't know if you saw our debate breakdown.
Yes. Yep.
Or not. But I'm telling you, that's exactly what I say. It's going to come down to Bernie, Elizabeth Warren, and Andrew Yang. Everybody else is going to fall to the wayside. And the thing about, I'm telling you, bro, the other night was so beautiful. It could not have shaped up any better for Andrew Yang and the Yang Gang. Because, like, I'm like this really competitive person, so I like to break down the game tape. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And when I watched that the other night, Elizabeth Warren, man, she just got pummeled.
Oh,
dude. I mean, she was like a political punching bag.
Yeah.
I mean, she was. She did not have a plan for that.
No.
Plan for that. They ripped her policies up one side and another, and that just lets you see how fake she is, man.
Yeah.
She would not stand a chance against Donald Trump.
No.
Joe Biden will not stand against.
Nope.
And as much as I love Bernie, he will not stand a chance against Donald Trump. Because Donald Trump will start throwing that S word around, socialism.
Yep.
And it'll be over for Bernie Sanders. And that's just the facts of the matter. There is only one person that can defeat MAGA. I don't know if you can see this or not.
I can see the math.
Y'all better do the math. The Democrat side, and this is why, you know, I sit here and it's so funny to me, because like coming from the Republican side, the conservative side, I get over here to the Democrat side. And now I'm paying attention to what's going on around me.
Yeah.
And man, this shit is crazy over here. And the Democrat side is crazy.
Yeah.
Bro, y'all got some wild stuff going on. And I'm seeing this go on. And I'm like really paying attention to it now. And I'm just like, man, you know what? You guys are so blind. This is exactly why that most Democrats don't draw Trump or conservative voters.
No,
This is the reason why.
Yeah,
Because some of this stuff that goes on here, Crazy Town Banana Pants, they're attacking each other. I mean, it's brutal.
Yeah,
so,
it was.
Yeah,
it was a brutal debate, and I mean, you're right. They completely pummeled Elizabeth Warren. That's why I say no. She didn't win that debate. She survived. She barely made it through. She left all bruised up. But I knew that was going to happen because essentially she is the front runner. So I said she's going to have a target on her back. And I know you noticed Tulsi Gabbard was about to demolish her. And they cut Gabbard off. And they're like, no, we're going to break. No, cut her mic. Nope. She was going to go after Elizabeth Warren. I don't know what for. It could have been a ton of things. But they cut her off. They cut her off at the knees and saved Warren's ass.
Another one that I can't stand, and I really can't stand to hear her open her mouth, man, is Amy Klobuchar.
Yeah.
She drives me crazy. She's just so smug, man. And it's so like smug. She's so disconnected too. And yeah. I'm like, why are you even running? Steyer buying his way into the debates. Come on, man. Yeah. I mean, it's great that you can do that you have the money to do that, but I mean, that's just crazy. Nobody's going to take you seriously, really.
No. I didn't even include him in my breakdown. I just completely ignored him because he shouldn't have been there. And I did a video on Amy Klobuchar, and YANGGANG ripped her head off in the comment section because she essentially was saying like, oh yeah, of course Andrew Yang's doing well. He's offering people free money, of course. Missed the whole point of it all. So she's one of those people that wants you to work until you're old and decrepit and then sit down for a couple of years and die. That's how she essentially sees people. I can't even imagine. I can't fathom people voting for her.
Here's the thing. Let me tell you something about that free money bullshit. This is what drives me crazy. I'm telling you, most people out there, you are not going to outwork me. I work harder than most people. I'm telling you, I'm geared at a whole nother level. So you want to talk about work? I work. Sometimes I put in 20 hours a day. You ain't telling me nothing about work. Yep. And for you to say that it's free money, nah, bro, that's my money. Man, that is my money up there.
Yeah.
If you're going to sell my information and you're going to make an assload of money off of all of us in America, then pay your share, man. Give us all a slice of that. That is our information that you're selling in your package and you're making money off of.
Absolutely.
So let me get my little slice of it, okay?
Absolutely. It's greed. It's greed. It's corporate greed. They're bought politicians, and they don't want to, like you said, they don't want to give out any slices of that pie. But that doesn't appeal to us. We see that. We're not stupid. I don't like to use the word woke, but our eyes are open. We see what the hell you're doing. And I can't fathom anybody wanting to vote for an Amy Klobuchar. Like, she represents the same. She's going to go back to that old shit that got the Democrats out of office to begin with. Nobody wants that.
No, I'm telling you, if you're looking at from the Democratic side, here again, Amy Klobuchar would just get mowed under by Donald Trump, man.
Yeah, he's an anomaly.
And here's the thing about something that I love so much about the Yang Gang. You was talking about how it's almost like we're woke. We've become aware of the fact that they've been screwing us all these years for just years and years and years. The banks and the politicians, and none of them have ever affected our lives. And we're seeing the people around us, and we're seeing the struggles. It's everywhere. It's everywhere that you look. Every city, it's just incredible.
Yeah.
And everybody's struggling.
Yep.
And it's just getting worse and worse and worse instead of getting better, the way it's supposed to be.
Right.
And then somebody like Andrew Yang comes along, and he starts talking about the freedom dividend, and because we're aware and we see that they're selling our information and they're making a bunch of, it's more valuable than oil right now.
Yep. Yeah.
It's more valuable than oil. Think about that.
Yeah.
That is just a stupid amount of money that these companies are making off of us.
Yeah.
So we need to listen, we are at a crossroads. And I promise you, 4 more years of Donald Trump, I believe, will tear this country apart. And it's because he's stressing the wrong things, and he's trying to address the wrong problems. I mean, there are problems that he's trying to address. I mean, don't get me wrong. Okay. And they're very real. And they should be addressed. But it's the way, like, he's going about it and everything that he's doing. I mean, it's just like, we can't keep doing this. It's insanity.
Yeah.
And that's
becomes
go ahead.
It becomes divisive. People look at people. It's right now, even when Donald Trump does positive things, people are so anti-Trump they can't acknowledge it. Like with North Korea, for instance, like he was like, I don't want to go to war with North Korea. I'm going to make peace with North Korea, which Obama essentially was going to try to do the same thing. And Democrats are like, yeah, this makes perfect sense. Let's do this. Trump does it, and they're like, why the fuck are you doing that? You're smooching up to Kim Jong-un. No. You got to be 100% all the time. If it was okay for Obama to try to squash beef and be cool with North Korea, then it should be okay for Donald Trump to do the same thing. So it's a lot of tribalism going on. And I think one of the issues is people aren't doing their research. We have this at our fingertips. We have this at our fingertips at all times, but people really don't do the research. When I go to the barbershop or I go somewhere, I'll talk to people like, who you voting for in the upcoming election? I don't know. So what do you mean you don't know? You are part of the movement that can change things, because I hear you guys complain about how things are. We'll be part of the solution. So I think that's a really big issue, is people aren't doing their research, or people aren't invested into what's happening.
Right. But you nailed it right there. You said it exactly right. There's such a disconnect. And the reason that there's such a disconnect is because no matter who has been in there in our lifetime, no matter who, doesn't matter if it was Trump, Obama, Bush, it doesn't matter. None of them have ever directly affected our lives. The same shit just keeps happening year after year after year. Our lives go on, and it's no wonder that people are so politically disengaged.
Yep.
And I was pretty much to that point too. I was so disgusted, just the right blaming the left and the left blaming the right, and nobody's putting forth any kind of fucking solutions to solve the problems that are going on in my life. Yep. Why am I working 2 jobs and I still can't pay my bills? Yep. Are you kidding me?
Yep.
Get out of here.
Yep.
There is no reason that this should be happening.
Exactly.
There is no reason that my father-in-law should bust his ass his entire life, and now he's sitting there and they're telling him that, trying to give him trouble just to get Social Security. Are you kidding me? Man, people need that $1,000 a month, bro, because the shit that's going on in this, that would directly affect my life. $1,000 a month would directly affect my life. Because I would put that towards my bills. I would put that towards, getting a fucking haircut if I wanted. Look, you know what? I didn't used to want to. It's so funny because I get stereotyped so much, right? Because I'm like this country dude, and I'm like this Trump supporter, and it's great. It's fine. I love it. But and I had this shaved head and everything, and I look like I come straight out the sticks. But the matter is, I like to dress nice. I like to I like to have my hair cut. But you know what? It's a whole lot cheaper for me to just shave my head and not have to worry about it. Not have to worry about paying the $20 or $30 to go get my hair cut.
Yeah.
It's crazy. You gotta live like this, dude.
Yeah. No, I hear you. I actually went into you said like you worked in 2 jobs. I actually went into Stop and Shop, the grocery store, not that long ago, and I'm looking down the aisle and I'm like, what the hell is that? And it's a fucking robot coming down the aisle. And its name is Marty. They literally have robots zipping around the fucking grocery store. Like you cut some people, you got rid of some people to put that robot there. That is absolutely absurd. So AndrewYang is spot on.
There's a reason for that. It makes sense to invest in a robot one time and never have to worry about it again except for maintenance, and not have to train 20 or 30 or 40 or 50 people to take that spot. You think about like long-term benefits of having artificial intelligence and robots in the stores and all this stuff. It's all going to be completely automated one day.
Yeah.
So we can either go the Star Trek route and like advance as a society as a whole and just, you know, become this more benevolent, more loving, more aware society. We can go that route, or we can go the route of Mad Max and we can all be fighting over fucking resources when we don't have to, because the resources are already there.
Yep.
Why are we fighting over resources?
Right.
It makes no sense. Andrew Yang makes makes perfect sense to me when he says that we got to get away from this socialism and capitalism dichotomy, because they're both kind of outdated. And we just need to come up with a new system, a new way of doing things, a new way of thinking about things that, you know, would benefit us all as a collective society. Yep. And that's why you see, I don't know if you've noticed, like in the comment sections of our channel and stuff, there are so many people from around the world who watch our channel, and they tune into our channel because they are so starved for the things that Andrew Yang is talking about, that they're cheering for him, that they're rooting for him. Because if Andrew Yang is elected, he's going to do everything that we've always wanted a politician to do. He's going to be that guy.
No, I
Y'all, this man is a once in a lifetime candidate, and that's exactly why we are out here in the streets every day trying to yang people, because it is so important.
So let me ask you, because I was watching a couple of your videos showing support, YouTube love, and were you on his campaign trail? Was that what you were doing? Were you because you were at a lot of events, and I was like, oh, you must be on the campaign trail with him, are following him. Is that what was going on?
Well, see, now I don't know how much you know of our story. We've got over 100 videos on our channel now from when we first started out. But along the journey, our landlord, we were living in North Carolina, and our landlord decided he needed our house because his sister had a stroke or something out in Seattle, and he wanted to move her back, and he needed our house. So, and we had just started our channel, man, and we, you know, because we had just flown out to Portland and covered an event out there. Had been down to South Carolina to see Andrew Yang at the Clyburn Fish Fry, and we were just getting going on our channel. And the landlord said he needed a place, and we're like, holy shit, what do we do?
Yeah,
you know, because now we're, you know, but you know, we understand. Family's family, and the man needs the house for his sister who had a stroke. I'm not going to be the asshole that like tries to fight it, you know.
Right.
I'm going to try to do the right thing and just pack up our shit. So I asked, you know, I looked at my wife and I was like, you know, what are we going to do? You know, we got it, you know, and here's the thing: if we had the freedom dividend, it wouldn't have mattered, because it wouldn't have been as much stress on us.
Yeah,
it would have moved out. But we're sitting here and we're like, oh my gosh, well, what do we do? So we decided that the best use of our voice, because we were starting to gain more subscribers, the best use of that was to come up here to New Hampshire, which is an early voting state. And I realized South Carolina is too, but it made more sense with the living situation and everything to come up here.
Yeah.
So we've been up here in New Hampshire, and we've been trying to yang as many people in the early voting states as we can, man.
Okay. Yeah. I think you were yanging the homeless. You were talking to a whole bunch of people, getting your message across, and I gotta respect it. Wow, that's amazing. So, what about Green New Deal, clean energy kind of concept? Like, would you be opposed to something like that, like you know, solar energy and things along those lines, which would also create more jobs, or no?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
Not, man. We need, oh man, we need like renewable energy. Like, why are we not doing this already? Like,
Right.
here again, this goes back to the whole like the whole concept of like the Star Trek society.
Yep.
You
Yep.
know, like they're really advanced civilization. That's why they can have ships that go and it's all renewable and it's all whatever. But if we could get away from this like archaic thing and evolve just as a society to, you know, respect our earth a little bit more, you know. I mean, it's horrible what we're doing to it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I mean, and this stuff has been, it's been going on and been allowed to go on for so many years because of corporate greed. And it's been allowed to go on for so many years because the corporations have owned Washington. They've owned both sides. Both sides of the fence work for the same corporations. I don't care what you try to tell me. All you got to do is follow the money, man.
Yep.
And you can see it for yourself. So if that's the case, then let's get Andrew Yang elected, because democracy dollars will wash all that corporate money out. And then these companies wouldn't be able to do the shit that they're doing because we would be able to hold them accountable. So let's do that. You know, this guy makes so much sense.
He does.
You know,
He does. He does. I did a video of him. CBS in the Morning actually did the video, but I'd covered the video they did, and he was pretty much came out on stage and he was talking to the people, and I was like, this is so different. This is so refreshing. This is so, I mean, obviously his ideas are good. I love his policies. I love what he stands for. I love what he's offering. But just his energy and talking to the people, I was like, he seems like he'd be my goddamn neighbor. Like I feel like I can go out and have a beer with Andrew Yang. You know what I mean? Not a puppet. He's not, nothing's pre-written, and his strategy team's like, make sure you go out there and say this. No, it's authentic. It's authentic. And I think that's what we need to defeat a Donald Trump, because Trump's he's an anomaly. He can literally say anything he wants and it hits. He's really good off the cuff. Again, when a guy says, I can shoot somebody dead on Wall Street, on Fifth Ave, and you guys will still vote for me. Nobody else can say that.
Nobody else can say. You are exactly right. It doesn't matter what he says. That shit lands.
Yep.
And all he's got to do is throw a Pocahontas. All he's got to do is throw a Creepy Joe. All he's got to do is throw them little damn one-liners out there.
Yeah.
And he's gonna. But here's the thing. That's what's so great about Andrew Yang, because if Trump tries to come at him with those stupid ass. Listen, I don't know if you know Andrew Yang's story, but this dude, come on, man. This dude was bullied in school.
Yeah, yep.
Okay? He had to endure a lot of stuff. And that's exactly what Trump is. Trump is a bully.
Yep.
But let me tell you something. I was bullied in school, too, until I got a little bit of size on me. And they didn't bully me. And I'm telling you what, Andrew Yang is the same way, dude. When you go through stuff like that in school, it either breaks you mentally or it makes you into a damn monster when you get older.
Yep.
And that's exactly what Andrew Yang is. And Andrew Yang knows what it's like to be bullied, and he knows what it's like to be picked on. He knows what it's like to be us at some point in our life.
Exactly.
Have you seen the videos of Andrew Yang and his interaction like with my son? It's just incredible. I mean, it's just
foosball. Were they playing foosball? Was that what it is?
Skee-ball.
Yes, skee-ball. Yeah. I was like, oh my God, this is so adorable. Your son's adorable, by the way. And down to earth. He's a really down to earth guy, and I can't imagine anybody having a complaint being under an Andrew Yang presidency. I can't fathom it. He's got a hump to go over, and I think that hump is Warren. Her supporters are, they don't even listen to reason. They really don't even listen to logic. But once he gets over that hump that is Warren, I think he's got it.
Yeah, I think you're right, too. I think that's probably going to be the biggest obstacle. But here's why it's so important for people like me and for people like you, because I know how to talk to Trump supporters. I know how I understand the logic and I understand the reasoning. And I'm gonna tell you something, bro. I understand and I know it so well that I have yanged so many damn Trumpers. It's unreal. I mean, I've lost count of the number of Trumpers, and every Trumper that we get over on this side, that's 2 for 1. That takes 1 vote away from Donald Trump, and it puts 1 vote with the Democrats, with Andrew Yang.
Yes. Yep.
So, and when Andrew Yang says, "I've done the math, and if I pull 10%, I win. If I'm the Democratic nominee," he's right.
He's
100%
right.
You know, that's where my voice is important, and your voice coming from the burner side is so important too, because there's a lot of Bernie people who, man, and I understand it because Bernie got job, bro, and Bernie's been fighting for a long time for a lot of people.
Yeah.
And you know, Bernie had a movement going the last time, and Bernie got fucking shafted, dude. So
they literally
I can understand the bitter taste that is in the burner's mouth, man. But the fact of the matter is, we got a chance right now to unite all of us behind Andrew Yang and just make a fucking just wave, dude, that we can take this country back. This is the election that we can take this country back. This is the election where your vote absolutely matters. 100%. So you need to get out to the polls and you need to get registered to vote.
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, I do wonder to myself, could Bernie do could Bernie do 8 years in office? I'm kind of iffy on that. You know, not even just a heart attack, just, you know, age-wise, he's really up there. He's 78 years old. But I think what you're doing is incredible. I think what you're doing is important, and I'm happy I discovered your YouTube page. I'm gonna talk to as many people. If you've been on my page, you've seen it. I've been pushing Yang myself because he's really grown on me. I'll push Yang. I'll continue to push Yang because I think he is a good replacement for Sanders. If anybody's watching this, do exactly what Russell just said. Go out there and vote, whether you're Republican, whether you consider yourself independent, whether you consider yourself a Democrat. Just do the research. Go to Russell's page, do the research. Go to my page, do the research. I guarantee Andrew Yang will be the candidate for you. People need to start voting in their own best interest. People tend not to vote in their own best interest. Often, they'll go off of name recognition. Like, voting for Joe Biden is not in your own best interest. It's not going to help you out. You're going to be in the same rut you're in now. You'll be in that same rut later if you vote for Joe Biden, 100%. So, it's going on an hour. I'm going to let you go, but there's a couple things I want to say. This is a face reveal because I have not done that on my channel. This is essentially a face reveal. So this is what the creator of Read My Lips News and Politics looks like. I'm sure I'm going to upload this.
But you know what, bro?
Yeah.
I gotta say real quick, you have got a strong ass beard gang.
Beard gang, yang gang, you know. So in case you have more subscribers than me, but just in case there's somebody that is on my page and they haven't been to yours, do a shameless plug for me for your page.
Grassroots Yang Gang.
Grassroots Yang Gang on YouTube. And if you're on Russell's page and you don't know who I am, just Read My Lips, News and Politics on YouTube. I'll pop up. And so yeah, man, it's been a pleasure, and we gotta do this again. We have to do this again.
Absolutely, brother. And if I'm ever around your way, we'll have a beer.
We're gonna have a beer. Absolutely. All right. I'll talk to you soon.
All right, brother. Take care of yourself.
Yang gang.
Yang gang.
Peace.
Be good, bro.
You too.